American Werewolf.
I like John's disdain is what I like. Yeah.
I like The Howling. I think it's a good movie.
I mean, because Rick had a werewolf movie and you was going to do werewolf movie, and you told me, you cocksucker, you told me that.
I finally get the money. I call Rick. Rick, guess what? You get to use your change-o heads and everything you came up with for our movie. And he says,
let's talk about American Werewolf. You know, I'm actually really glad to find out that Mike Hill's from England. All this time I just thought he had a bad speech impediment. A pretty cool figure he did, isn't it?
I should be crouched behind him doing a bad job.
Yeah, he's trying to get in there because Steve helped on the makeups, and he thinks he should be in that thing, so he's really upset. All these guys, I mean, I think it was amazing. You know, I did John's first movie, Schlock, and he had already written American Werewolf. He told me the whole story, and he said he wanted to do this transformation unlike anybody had seen before, and he said, what would it take? And I said, time and money. That's something we weren't getting in those days, you know. And I really credit John a lot for like changing, you know, the state-of-the-art of makeup, because when we did American Werewolf and the transformation came out and everybody said, what's the new amazing material that allowed you to do this? And I said, time and money. You know, I said, John Landis asked what it would take, and he gave us that, and this is what we can do. And I mean, mind you, I cringe when I see it now because we can do so much better in these days, but I mean, my crew, at the time, this is the first time I really had a crew to speak of. Before that, I had Rob Bottin, who I trained and worked with me, and but it was pretty much Rob and sometimes Reardon that did stuff. But I knew I needed more people, and you know, my crew were kids. Bill was like 18 years old. How old were you, Steve? Like close to 18 or 20 or something? Yeah, and Tom, 21. I mean, they were all like little kids. You know, basically had hardly done anything except they were fans. You know, and you know, Bill here. You know, there's when David's holding up his hand and doing that, Bill's the guy underneath, holding the hand up. You got a shot of Bill. He looks exactly the same. The rest of us do. But yeah, I mean, I just feel John Landis changed my life in so many ways, you know, and this film, I think, changed makeup effects, and I'm just so happy to be part of it.
Okay, what a great segue. Thanks, Rick. Okay. Let's talk to Rick's Wolfpack. So let's start with Bill Sturgeon. And Bill, can you tell us how, you know, it all came about and what you thought to be working with Rick Baker under John Landis to turn a man into a wolf? That must have been exciting for an 18-year-old, right?
Yeah, I might have been younger, I'm not sure, but I was basically the token teenager, like less than teenager, high school-y kind of guy. So I didn't really know what I was doing, but I'd worked with Doug Beswick, who couldn't be here today because he's working. And Doug worked with Rick on another show at the same time, and so I ended up being on American Werewolf, and it was great. I mean, I don't know if you can imagine just being dropped into that time. You know, there was one makeup school maybe, and and I was so lucky. It was the greatest. It's like working with John Landis at that time. It was great. I can't even imagine.
And Bill still works with Rick now, so that's a testament to these guys' friendship, which I think is great.
Or how cheap he is.
Okay, Mr. Steve Johnson, can you tell us how it felt for you to be involved with this?
Well, no, it was incredible. It was like, you know, suddenly when I was growing up in Texas, I was looking at the magazine Starlog, and Rick Baker was there, and he was a guy I could identify with. He was a young kid making monsters, and I thought, if he can do it, God damn it, I can. And it was totally my hero. And you know what they say, you find somebody that does something you want to do, follow in their footsteps. So when I got out there, and I would find myself in the morning, I mean, I would get up and go to work early because I was going to be working elbow to elbow with Rick Baker. It was an amazingly magical time. Unfortunately, I think I may be the only person here that worked on both The Howling and American Werewolf. And you know, Rick was at the time was when Buddy's the guy I came out to California to work with, right? But American Werewolf wasn't going, so Rob called up, and I worked on on the Howling for a while, and after 16 weeks, Rick called up and said American Werewolf has the green light.
I said to Rick, you didn't show Joe those the whole stretching thing. And Rick is like, the other line's ringing.
So we were almost finished with the Howling, and so I said, Rob, I gotta go work on American Werewolf, and I haven't spoken to him since. The guy can hold a grudge, but the thing that I truly remember more than anything about that project is that, Rick got us all together, all of us, and said, here's what we're gonna do. And he described the transformation, and my jaw was dropping open. He says, we're gonna see hair sprout from skin pores, we're gonna see the muzzle grow out, we're gonna see the fingernails, all this stuff. Of course, Rob had already figured out the fingernail guy. but I'm like, look, that sounds great, We're all sitting around this meeting, I go, that's great, who's gonna do that? And he's like, you are. And I'm like, what? Don't you have to, aren't there specialists? Aren't there like real guys that do this? But, and he ended up mentoring us all and teaching us everything, and I'm thankful for the rest of my life. Thank you, Rick.